Hello, if you still hasn't gotten a single Sub-9 solve, then I advise you to watch this video until the end, and this will definitely help you. This is the second part of my example solve series, so feel free to also check out the first part. I'll leave the link in the description or right here. Let's not hold any longer and go to the first example. The first solve is going to be an example solve of an 8.27, and it's actually going to feature ZBLL. Just like usual, you're going to see the scramble on the screen. So immediately from the inspection, you can see that those three cross pieces are pretty close to each other, and you can actually see that it's going to be a pretty easy cross because those two are two moves away from being solved, and this one is going to be here, which is also going to be easy to solve. But you can also see in the back there is a pair that is going to stay preserved, and we're going to go for it. So to start off the cross, we can start doing it with an R prime to put the red piece in, then put the blue piece in, then align the cross, and finish off the cross with the orange piece. And we'll immediately go for this pair as we predicted it, but you can also kind of look ahead and go for this pair. But let's just go for this pair. I'm just gonna go do a simple solution for this pair. So when we finished off this pair, we have two options to go for this pair in the back or this pair. This pair is very easy to execute, but in the solve I actually went for this pair and I don't even know why. But you can go for either ones. So we just flip the cube, then put it over its slot, then do the R prime UR to turn it into a 3-mover, then flip the cube and insert it into the left slot. Then we can immediately go for this pair because it was already in the top and you can look ahead into it. So you do the U2, put the pieces together, and insert it into the back. And actually when you insert it, you can already see that this pair is over its slot, and you can cancel into it. So you just turn it into a 3-mover, and insert it into the slot. And as I was saying, we end up with a ZBLL, and this one is really easy to recognize because everything is solved except those two corners, and those corners are just in their spot, but twisted. So what we want to do for this ZBLL is hold cube like this and do this ZBLL. So basically it's just right anti-soon and left anti-soon, and that's it. And then you just do the AF and your cube is solved. Even though ZBLL is a very big and hard to learn set of algorithms, I advise you to know a couple easy ones like this one, and in the critical situation it can save you a lot of time. That was all for the first example, and let's go to the second one. The second example is going to be an example of 8.70, and it's actually going to be a full step. Just like in the previous solve, you're going to see the scramble on the screen. So from the inspection we can see that cross pieces are here and here. And I don't see any pairs that we can track, so let's just go for the cross. We can put the orange piece down with an R prime, then we can put the green piece next to it with an F2, and we can align them to their spot and then just finish off the cross with an L and F. And we can look ahead into this pair and we're actually gonna go for it. You can also go for this pair, you'll have to flip the cube anyways. So we need to flip the cube, and let's separate those into a 3-mover. Then we can flip the cube again to solve this pair, but then it would give us a pretty bad pair of this one. So what we can do instead is insert it with F moves, and then this is going to be an easy pair. We can separate them and insert them with a 3-mover. Then we actually get a free pair. We can do a U2 and insert it into the back. And we have this last pair, and we can flip for it to solve it, but what I advise you to do is to not, because you can also solve it rotationless. You just put them together and insert it into the back. Then we get that easy T OLO into U-perm, and the cube is solved. That solve was a full step, and it's a perfect example of that your solve doesn't have to have double X cross or skips to be Sub-9. It just needs decent look ahead and decent TPS. and in this solve it was around 6.2. Those are all example solves that I have for you today. Follow me for more tips like this, like and comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.